Okay, we're on. Hello, and welcome to this video on string sounds in Ableton and making them go all over the place and do wacky things to keep your listener and yourself interested. It's a little bit floating points kind of sound, kind of skittering and stuttering string sounds that evolve as they play. But we're doing it in Ableton rather than with hardware. Enjoy. Okay, hello and welcome. Today I am gonna run down something that I've been mucking about with a bit, which is taking strings and making them weird. Well, giving them a bit more movement. So to start off with, and I think this is something that's free with the Suite version of Ableton. But I'm just gonna get. I think it's in packs. It's one of the packs you can download. And String Quartet by Spitfire Audio. Any string thing will do. I'm gonna use this one just because it's MPE and I like the way it sounds. So I'm gonna go one of these. This is what I've been messing about with. So we're gonna take this MPE Glacial Slide and Pressure String Quartet. And I'm also, so that just on its own sounds like. There's some strings. And then let's throw some drums into this drum rack. Let's go. Let's have a look. What we're gonna do. Drums. I want drum synths, instruments. Drum synth, that's what I want. Let's use this, because we can get these to kind of evolve and change as well. A lot of what I've learned here is very much inspired by Ned Rush. So props where it's due for opening up Ableton. I'm pretty new to Ableton in general. I'm not always mainly Logic, and before that Pro Tools, and I've just started mucking around. I got myself a copy of Ableton maybe a year ago, and only just really getting into like how much you can do with it. So that is to say, let's just drag some drums, and we'll get these to kind of shift and change. We've got a tom. I'll have a cymbal as well, though. I like a cymbal and a clang. Why not? Let's have a clang. Okay, so we'll start with just laying down some very simple drums. I'm just going to go over to the push.
Thank
So I've just quantized those with a tiny bit of swing. There you go. And about 68%. Let's just see what they sound like over that. Just manually shift that snare and that one, where I came in too early and it's moved them. That one should be fine. Let's just hear that. And what I'm actually going to also do is just then take all these hi-hats, copy them across, and bring the chants. So bring the chants down. Just so the hi-hat pattern so the hi-hat pattern changes about a bit. Alright, so we've got this, I might have these trigger slightly less as well. Cool, so we've got a drum pattern that's gonna kind of change about a little bit. Could maybe throw in just some extra kicks just there. What's that gonna sound like? And then bring those down. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, cool, so we got some little extra kicks going. Let's get on with the strings. So that was just how we have something more interesting than the metronome. We'll come back, we'll make those drums more interesting, but to start with, we'll stick with that. So we've got this string sound. What I'm gonna do is I'll do one part where it's like string chords, and then I think I'm gonna do guitar and strings as the lead line, which I think tends to work better, but it's going to be more dramatic to start with string chords, so we're going to do that first. So first of all, I'm going to try and play in some strings on, this here is the Sensor Morph, which is MPE controller. Lets you slide notes about in different directions and has pressure. I don't think the up and down is doing anything in this case. Sometimes it does, but not on this particular instrument. So let's just put some chords in. Okay, so there's some funky notes there, but I do find it a little bit tricky to play on the controller. I did 20 bars. Alright, that's fine. Weird phrase length. There was one bit I wanted to fix, which I think was just the timing of when one of these chords came in. Was it there? It's here. I'm not sure what the volume changes are about. I've not managed to suss that yet. So it's pretty intense. What I am going to just do is lock it to scale, because I've played a couple of notes that were from the harmonic, and I think I hit some, the harmonic minor, so the B, the sharp 7 in the scale. I also think I just mucked up and hit some notes that weren't in the scale at all. And I just want to see if I go MIDI effects, scale, major scale. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to put it in D sharp major, or same as C minor. Throw a compressor on it. Okay. That works fine. Now I want it to just change a little bit each time. So just to add a bit of randomness, we're going to use the random effect before the scale. So now it will play some random notes that will then be shifted into the scale here. So some of the notes will play at different pitches. There you go, I think that's slightly different to what it did last time. Give it some, this is a big plate reverb. On the center here, I've got a little plate. Okay, so I think that's doing, well, it should be doing, let's just go to 100 and see. There you go, it starts on a very different chord though. Okay, so we've got that happening, just randomizing the notes a little bit. And then I also want randomization of velocity. So if I take the actual velocity bit, oh, there we go. I don't think it really matters where I drop that in, but let's put it here. I want fixed mode, random, and then can put that halfway. I think that should now, every note was random velocity each time it plays. Cool. Alright, let's make that more interesting. Now I want the actual sound of the strings to change as they play. What I'm going to start with for this is going to be some little Max for Live effects that are, I think, user library I need to go to. These elephant instruments ones, these are really cool. I think they're free. They're either free, very cheap, or I think they're free or they're donationware, but they could, I could be wrong, they maybe did cost money, but they weren't a lot. I'm pretty certain they were free, these ones anyway. Which is Wonkify. I'm going to use this first. This is like tape wonkiness, so we do full. It's kind of insane, but a little bit will be cool. And the other thing I want to add is stutter. There we go. So this is where it's going to start sounding a lot more kind of floating pointsy. This is where the strings, when you turn this on, they do like this crazy stuttering effect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to modulate these so that they change their values and come on and off only at certain times. And how I'm going to do that is with a few LFOs. I use 2 LFOs. Come on. Why don't you let me add an LFO? What's going on? LFO. LFO, there we go. So this one I'm going to map, this one's going to be just not random, this one's going to be square, so this is just say on or off. I'm going to map that to my stutter effect, so this is turning the stutter effect just straight on or off. And I suppose I will also map with this to here, so it's turning the, oh no, not that, sorry. So turning Wonkify on and off as well. And let's see, what if we have them, so when Wonkify is on, stutter is off, and vice versa. And then I want another LFO, so I really enjoyed doing this, to take the on random, so she's spitting out random values, and this is going to control the rate of this one. Now I don't want it to go super fast, so I'm going to bring the rate down, and I also don't want it to hit 0, because what I'm then going to do is I'm going to take this LFO, actually am I going to do that? Yeah, let's put this in time mode, and then this LFO will change how often the random happens here. So now, when I play these strings, let's add a little bit of modulation to how wonky the strings are. See, this is part of the, if it hits really low things, then you have to wait for a while. So I might just make sure. Let's make sure the rate can't go to 100. Okay, I'm actually going to take that way. I'm just going to have this happen like, so it changes the speed every bar. Ah, that's why this isn't changing. I need to do that. So now, there we go. Let me map that so it just does the reverse. So this is gonna, this LFO, sorry, I'm in a trance trying to figure out the rate. This LFO is controlling the rate of this LFO, which is controlling the level of wonk. Oh, that's just like an on-off, isn't it? So I don't want that one controlling the level of wonk. I want this one controlling the level of wonk. There we go, cool. And I'm gonna get it so that when this is turning on and off, have it so it can't turn on and off that quickly. There we go. There we go. Okay, so it's getting a bit more exciting now. I can also, from here, in the same rhythm, randomize some of these parameters. But instead of that, what I'm actually going to do is go to my MIDI effects again. Let's go to MPE control, not MPE control. Rotate rhythm generate expression control. Okay. So now every time a MIDI note comes in, this is gonna, well, I'm gonna set all these to random, and I'm gonna get them to randomize different parameters on my strings. So they're being rhythmically changed by this, and then I'm gonna randomly affect different things. It's just so let's do those and the attack time. There's some nice. Okay. So now the strings feel a lot more alive. Let's just tweak these drums a little bit so they, same deal, we'll give these, give an expression control to the kick. And we're gonna just do the same thing. Give all these random, random. I'm going to do the drive, the decay, the envelope. Whether it has a click, why not? Let's make it really wild. The attack. Turn the drive and overtone. Just gonna bring my computer's struggling a bit. There we go. Okay, let's just do the same thing there on the claps. I'm gonna give these an expression control as well. I don't think we've got any claps actually. What could do, let's just add a little bit of randomness to the drum pattern. So occasionally it'll just hit a different note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Let's get, I don't think we've got any claps happening actually, unless they're randomly triggered. So I'm going to leave that for now, and we're just going to randomize the snare. Color, tone, decay. Yeah, tune in, why not? It's going to sound crazy. And I'm going to leave the filter type. Okay, so there's some things we need to toy with. I don't want the decay to be so short you can't hear it. And I don't want the tone to be so dark it can't be heard. Cool. Bring those down. Aha! We did get a random clap. So let's just go into this clap and tail. There we go. Randomize those. Take the same thing for the hi-hat. So occasionally these other elements are getting triggered. Pitch, actually no, tune, let's do that for pitch. This can be sloper attack, very small. This is gonna do, I've got tone down here, it can be tone there. Some of these being longer. Cool. Alright, so it's getting pretty intense. I'm just gonna tweak. Okay, I'm gonna leave the rest of that for now. I'll maybe just throw this on the cymbal as well as a last. Decay, change the decay. That can do pitch, and this can do tone. Oh, that was doing tone. That can do tone. I'll get rid of that one. I can map to the pitch of my tom, because it doesn't matter what channel it's actually on, I don't think. And the decay. If it accidentally gets hit. Cool. Alright. That's a nice long cymbal. Let's try using the same idea now with these strings that I built. I'm going to use this instead of a melody line in the next bit, and we'll get some guitar going. Let me grab a guitar. Okay. I've not switched the amp on, so we're going to go DI in. And then we're going to hope it's vaguely in tune. Cool, so this is just going straight in, so it's not going to be the greatest guitar sound in the world, but I'm going to use Okay, let's just get some guitar chords. We're going to use the same drums just for now. I was careless and I didn't turn up my interface there, so normally I would record that again, but seeing as we're just doing it for this video purposes, I'm not going to bother. But I would normally record that again. For now I'm just going to turn up the gain and deal with the noise. I'm not too bothered about if it sounds a bit noisy. I'm going to just cut these drums back as well. Let's make this a more simple pattern. There's a bit less dubstep. Oh. Let's go. Let's just shorten it. I'm just gonna put in really simple for like 16th note hi-hats. Oh, 8th note, what's going on there? Let's have that in each, so it'll still edit a bit. And we're gonna have the kicks just happening. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to use these strings, just add a little melody over the top. So I had this timer in the way the whole time. Here we go. There we go. This is a little melody, that's fine. And then what is kind of great about this is this will now slightly tweak itself each time. It's a bit of room sound and now what I have got set up is I've got all these in a bus. So just as one last thing, well, actually I've got my effects coming in back in to this as well, just so I can have my my kick and snare essentially just these two. I can group them here. Just as one last thing, that's basically the string sound that I want to get, and just get this evolving drums thing. Very last thing that I'm going to set up there is a compressor on my instrument. Oh, I've already got one. Let's get rid of that. Cool. So we've got a compressor here, and I want an envelope. I can never find this. Let's see. Envelope follower. There we go. Envelope follower. I'm going to put this on this kick and snare bit, and I'm going to map this to my threshold. I'm going to have to swap this about, so threshold is fully open when nothing is happening. So there we go. So, but that's not coming anyway, and you're close to the guitar signal. So let's start at about there, turn the gain up here. So just side chaining everything from the kick and snare. Maybe a bit too much, but it'll do for now. So yeah, these are my evolving strings. What's also fun to do is I can take this random LFO that's spitting out random values, just duplicate it. Can I do that? Get rid of these, and I'm gonna have this. This is now controlling the position in the stereo field, and I'm just going to smooth it out a bit. Just for extra movement. And yeah, that's probably it. So we've got this little bit, and then just the example with the strings doing the full chords. Just something I've been messing with, thought I'd share it with you guys. I'll stick this up on my Patreon. You can download the session from there. There's also other music that I've not released anywhere else that I've put up there. If you would like lessons with me one-to-one, you can sign up at the link in the description for the video, or go and send me a message, and I'll give you some more information on it, and you can book one in and give it a go. I teach guitar and bass, guitar for kind of all levels, bass for beginners, and music tech or composition and theory. Also love to teach that, or creative practice. Come say hi. And otherwise, you could, if you want to support me another way, drop by my website where I have t-shirts for sale, and there's a blog post up at the minute that you can read if you want a bit more information on production. And I'm putting old blog posts from my previous website onto it again at the minute, and then I will be adding to that soon. But I hope you enjoyed this anyway, and learned something from it. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.